Really quick, I literally just shot this whole video and then found out I had no audio connected to it. My boom mic wasn't on. I'm a little angry, but just cause I'm happy to show you guys this whole new set and studio, whatever. The office is nowhere near done. The wall, you can't really see this wall, still needs to be painted. A couple things I need to do over here, but we have a nice background and we'll get into the actual studio once it's 100% done. I'm pretty much at like 75%, 80% done with the office. Just a couple things else I need to do, but we'll get to that on a later date. But today I want to talk about something that people ask me all the time. People come up to me as a creator, director, cinematographer. Hey, like, what camera can I get to start my journey today as a hobby, just to take with me when I'm with my kids and my family? Like, what camera should I get? And I'm not gonna lie, in the past I would suggest them like a Sony or a Canon mirrorless camera, somewhere around an 800 to 1,000 range, because it has 4K, it's like good quality and things like that. And those are still great options. They're nowhere near not great options. But nowadays I tell people the best camera you have is already with you. Like, if you have an iPhone, you're already in the game. You know, you don't really need another camera if it's just gonna be a hobby. Like, what's the point of wasting that money? Now, I'm specifically talking about the iPhone IMAX. I'm watching too many movies. I'm specifically talking about the iPhone Max Pro, that camera. Now, I don't know about the other iPhones. I never really get those, the little ones with the one camera and stuff like that. I haven't had one of those in years, but I'm talking about the Pro Max. If you have that camera already, if you have that phone, you're already in the game. But the thing is, you don't know the apps to get the quality out of that camera. You'll never be able to get exactly what you want out of the iPhone if you're not taking the raw footage into a computer. So these apps is for people that don't have a computer, they don't edit. These are regular people that just still want to get quality out of the phone. So these are 3 apps that I'm going to suggest you use if you want to get quality, because when I'm out using my iPhone, people are like, how the heck are you getting these images out of your iPhone? So today we're going to talk about three apps that gonna give you that quality that you really want to see out of your phone.
It's always about you, always about you, it's always about you, I think you're so rude. It's always about you, always about you, it's always about you, I think you're so rude. It's always about you, always about you, it's always about you, I think you're so rude.
Now, those images were all from the iPhone that I shot over the weekend. I was at the beach with my family. We stayed 5 days, and honestly, I was excited to shoot when I bought my gear down there, because every year when I go to the beach, I try to make some type of cinematic video, but this year I just wasn't feeling it. So I happened to just pull my camera out to take some video on my phone, and I was like, yo, I should just make a whole video on my iPhone because I get great images. So that's what I did. Throughout the weekend, I just whipped it out and got a couple cinematic stills of, like, not stills, but video stills, like, of like just parts of the beach at different times of the day. That's why some things were like during the day a little bit more, some things were at blue hour, and then some things were at nighttime, just playing around with the camera and realizing that I do have a lot of power in my phone. Number 1, the app that I always suggest, that I've had for years. I love this app, and I always forget I have it because once in a while I use it and then I'll stop using it. But Dazcam. Now this app, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite app of all video apps or photo apps, edited apps on the phone. It's just because everything's already there, and I feel like they get all the colors right. In this app, depending on what camera you pick, you can do all types of like filters and things like that. But I like this one filter where you're able to change the Kelvin and change it to blue and give it that yellowish feeling. Like, you're able to change the color right in the camera so you can see what you're getting. And this this is like the game changer because it's already color graded. So all you got to do is pick the feel, the mood of the video, and that's something anybody can do. You know, I can suggest an app that lets you shoot raw, but then you have to go and get a computer and edit it, and no one wants to do all that because we're talking about the everyday use person, somebody that has an iPhone that just wants to make good videos. So Dazcam is the #1 app I would suggest us all use. I use it, you guys should use it. Number 2, now CapCut. If you haven't heard of CapCut, I don't know where you're at, but everyone knows about CapCut. It was actually a big thing with CapCut because Trump was trying to get rid of it. I don't know if that's still happening, but CapCut is where you can edit color and contrast and exposure there too, but you also can cut it up and add text and all that. So I would suggest CapCut as more of an editing after you use Dazcam, but you're able to get colors out of, you know, CapCut too if you want to do that. But like I said, I will work from Dazcam, then I'll work to CapCut. And that's the two I would pair together just to get like good video out of the camera. Now, number 3, this is a new app for me. I've just used it for the last, I've been using it for the last 2 weeks. And this is an app that you can shoot video in, but you also can control, you know, the frame rate. You can change the ISO, you can change the focal length, like all those things you can change in this app, and that's the Blackmagic app. Now, I didn't know nothing about this app, you know, but I think this app is great because it's good for location scouting. It's good for going through your scene on shoot day before you shoot, so you can get a feel for angles and get your stuff together, right? You can go through with the actors and see how it would look. You could play with ISO and things like that. It has everything that cameras actually have. So I would say it's more geared to somebody that's actually in directing or cinematography. But like I said, you as a regular person can use it as well. But I do think it is for somebody that is kind of in the craft already of filmmaking, and they just want to have something to pull out to test some frames, test some scenes before they actually start shooting. Because I have a Red Komodo, and you can't delete directly off of the Red Komodo like video. So once you fill up, you got to dump the footage to get all the footage. You can't just delete one video and keep the rest if you're running out of space. I don't know how to do it. If there is a way, I haven't seen it, but you can't. So you gotta kind of like play the game of knowing your scenes, because you don't want to you really don't just want to waste takes, because you can't really do anything until you offload it onto a hard drive through a computer. That's just time consuming. So I would say Blackmagic is a great app to have just as a cinematographer, director. Before you start shooting, go through your scene, go look at everything, make sure everything is what you want it to be, and then you start shooting, and now you don't waste time and waste space on your camera when you're shooting. So that was a quick video today. Just wanted to get like 3 suggestions, because I get asked what camera should I get all the time. I know artists that ask me, yo, I just bought a camera, can you look at it, what do you think? And I'm like, honestly, you know, the quality of that camera, you should have just stuck with your iPhone, because you can get quality out of the photos, out of the videos. You just gotta know the right apps, and you have to know when to shoot it. In my suggestion, I think the iPhone video with the Dazcam shines the best when you have a lot of good lights, like neon lights, things like that, at dawn. I don't like it when the sun's out too much, and I don't like it at night. I think dawn is like the best, I mean not dawn, blue hour is like the best time. Like around that blue hour is like literally the best time, I think, to shoot, in my opinion. But yeah, so check out these apps. I hope that this was helpful for you, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me in this office, because we got a lot of work to do. You know, like I said, this is my first office ever, if I haven't said it before. I did move into an office like a year or 2 ago with my brother, and I ended up letting him take it over because it was like 200 square feet split between a videographer and a producer. It just didn't work at all. We had like that in like a closet. So it feels good to actually have space to be able to stretch my arms, put a couch out here, and things like that. So I can't wait to create more videos. I can't wait to see you guys here. Drop a comment if you use any of these apps. If you can suggest me apps that I can use with my iPhone. And I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever that is. But it will be soon. Thanks for watching. Peace. It feels good. I don't have to take no lights down or no mics down. I could just literally leave. Like before, I had to like break down every single thing and pack it up in my car and leave. I literally can leave this room exactly how it is. And that's the biggest thing with having your own office. You don't have to carry any gear. It sits here until you actually need to take it somewhere for a job. So that's like the biggest thing that I was happy for. If anybody was wondering, having your own office is not having to carry gear. Oh man, it's the best feeling. But I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.